Some unfortunate injury news from Notre Dame head coach Marcus Freeman in his Monday afternoon press conference. I got Jack Sobel, who was in the room during the presser. We're going to talk about that and a lot more of the key headlines from what Freeman had to say. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up on this video, folks, if you want to continue to support what we're doing here at Blue and Gold. And, of course, subscribe to our channel for more content if you haven't done so yet. So the news is Mitchell Evans tore his ACL in the Pittsburgh game. Very unfortunate. Yeah, what did Freeman have to say about this one, Jack? I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, no, not much. Not much. Mitchell Evans will have surgery on his torn ACL. He didn't say, because there are different types of torn ACLs. I don't think Freeman said the extent to which it's torn, but we know he's going to have surgery. We know he is done for the season.
Yeah, pretty, again, not ideal news here. Yeah, we'll come back to Evans in the tight end situation, but good news on the injury front with Notre Dame's cornerbacks.
Yeah, Cam Hart and Benjamin Morrison both expected to play against Clemson. Very good news for Notre Dame. I think whenever Tyler Horka, I think, said this on our post-game video show, whenever you hear the words Cam Hart and shoulder in the same sentence, your alarm bells immediately going off. But he's fine. Morrison, as I think we kind of expected, he was a game-time decision. He will be fine for this week with his quad.
It's crazy to look at cornerback and how they're 4 deep and strong with Hart, Morrison, Gray, and Mickey. And then the tight ends, which Notre Dame's, got a claim for tight end Notre Dame's not as deep at that position. Talented, but not as talented and deep as cornerback. It's just kind of interesting, that flip. Now, Freeman did say Raridan's going to be asked to do more because Raridan's been playing since he came back from an ACL. I'm pretty sure it's an ACL, notable knee injury for sure, multiple that he's had since his senior year in high school. So Raridan's back, but I don't think he's caught a pass yet. He's kind of just out there as another offensive lineman.
Not only Mike has Raridan not caught a pass. I don't know if these are the exact numbers. I'd have to pull them up, but I believe according to Pro Football Focus, like what Raridan has something like 32 snaps or this season, and his run pass splits are like 30 and 2. When Raridan's in, they've been running the ball. It's been all the 13, 14 personnel sets.
Yeah. Up to this point, we'll see how the offense changes without Evans, but you don't need to steal Notre Dame signs. You just see if 9 goes in there. I think Raridan is 9, right? He goes in there, they're probably going to run the ball. So interesting note, but expecting to see more Holden Stays, who, look, in the Pitt game and a lot recently, it's just been 12 personnel, and sometimes the tight ends will be split out, but I mean, it's just 12 personnel all the time. Maybe some more Cooper Flanagan as well. But yeah, any thoughts on what you expect to see from this tight end position moving forward? Because since Notre Dame's also not incredibly deep at receiver, they've relied on Stays and Evans.
Yeah, I'm definitely intrigued by Holden Stays. I think we saw some of his pass catching ability. He can be a very dynamic player out there, and because of the nature of Notre Dame's offense, obviously, Evans is tight end 1. He doesn't come off the field in 11 personnel. But then Stays comes in 12 personnel, and it's kind of ironic that Stays comes in, and in 12 personnel, they're mostly going to run the ball. So he's in there for more run plays than pass plays when his strength is in the passing game over the run game. So this will give Holden Stays a chance to really show what he's about. We'll learn a lot about Holden Stays in these last few games. It'll give Eli Raridan a chance to contribute to the passing game like we talked about. It will give Cooper Flanagan a chance to show what he can do a little bit more. He's been playing more and more. I actually think Flanagan's been really impressive as a run blocker, so he'll get a chance to do that more as well. But again, like, he can't replace a guy like Mitchell Evans. Regarding the receivers, like you briefly mentioned, Mike, Notre Dame coach Marcus Freeman talked about not having the receivers do as much. Like they felt like they were putting too much on their receiver. He didn't really say like how they kind of simplified the wide receiver's job, but he said that they simplified what they were asked to do. A lot of it had to do with Pitt, knowing that Pitt will only give Notre Dame like 3 or 4 coverage looks. They're very simple on the back end. They've been good, but they're very simple on the back end there, and not asking the receivers to memorize as much, do as much, really help them against Pittsburgh. So look for a little more of that going forward, but obviously a little bit more weight is going to be put on them with Evans out.
Yeah, I mean, Evans has been what I don't have the stats in front of me, but like Notre Dame's leading receiver, at least in some categories, I would imagine.
I believe,
and also
definitely receptions and I think yards as well.
Key in blocking as well. So I'm curious, like if Holden Stays isn't as much of a blocker, like that's not his strength. If you're going 11 personnel, you know, and you just and you're kind of running the ball in that play, do you bring in Flanagan? It'll be interesting to see how Notre Dame kind of handles that, and I'll definitely have that as a show topic on our Wednesday night, video with Tim Hyde. That'll be 6 p.m. Eastern time this week. Speaking of Cooper Flanagan, he did have that touchdown catch. Was thrown by what was it, number 18? Forget his name, Angeli or something. Freeman quotes, Angeli made a really difficult throw look easy, and he also said, quotes, we have a lot of confidence in Steve Angeli. So yeah, what else did Freeman have to say? And then anything else you want to add on Angeli's performance?
You just about covered it in terms of what Freeman had to say about Angeli. He was impressed with the throw. He's not going to outright say he's our starter next year, obviously. But I think Angeli's done about all he can do. I feel like in games he's made the easy throws. He's made good decisions, I think, for the most part. The throw to Flanagan, we saw it. We seeing it live. Flanagan was open for a while. It just took Angeli a little bit in his rollout to get to a position with his footwork where he was in a position to make the throw. But I thought it was a really good throw. It was accurate on the TV replay. It looked like a tighter window than it looked like live. But no, I think Angeli has played well when he's been in there. He's made good decisions, and he's positioned him well to, if Notre Dame can't bring in another Sam Hartman type, to get a chance to compete for the starting job next year.
Yeah, Jack, 60 seconds on Mike Mickens and what Marcus Freeman had to say about his longtime friend and cornerbacks coach.
Yeah, Marcus Freeman said that Mike Mickens is outright ready to be defensive coordinator right now, and I know that's going to scare a lot of Notre Dame fans who don't want to lose Mike Mickens. But it might happen sooner than later because the Freeman endorsement is strong. The story Freeman told, and he's told the story before, I think on Good Morning Football earlier this summer. But what stands out to me is that he credits Mike Mickens with discovering Sauce Gardner. Freeman thought Gardner was a good player. Mickens is the one who really stood on the table and was like, this is the guy we have to get. And obviously, you know how that turned out for Freeman and Mickens at Cincinnati. You mentioned the cornerback room. I think Jaden Mickey and Christian Gray made it pretty clear they would start at most schools in the nation right now. That's just a credit to his evaluation, to his recruiting, and to his development.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe Golden leaves, and then Notre Dame fans don't have to worry about Mickens leaving. So that's another kind of side of the coin there. So yeah, we'll have to see. But for now, Notre Dame Clemson is the priority. Saturday noon Eastern time kickoff. We'll have much more coverage and preview of that throughout the week right here on our YouTube channel as well as blueandgold.com. Hit that thumbs up, folks, and as always, we will catch you next time.